Hi all, so welcome to the today's tutorial. In previous tutorial, we added this code, if you remember, like where we were changing the material parameter collection variable. But we haven't added the variable name yet, so we will do that today. Just let me set it quickly. It will take a minute. Just drag, drop it, copy, and we will put it here. Environment color. So we are just changing the color. That's it. So as soon as we'll hit the play button and okay, in the experiment it is not changing it to red. So let me check why is it happening. I haven't compiled the code yet. Okay, then let's try it again. It's again same. Let me check the sword. I'm not sure if it is valid or not. Go to the pawn. Okay, we haven't set the environment variable yet. Now we have set this. Let's try it now. Yes, now it is working. When it is hitting something wrong, then it is moving to red, else it is keeping it blue. So that code is working right now. And but there was one issue actually. When we were using this variable, we are not checking if it is valid or not. So make sure you always check your pointers. Okay, so there's one more thing we can do. We can add one more function is valid uh, inside the mutil functions. So static tick bool is valid u object pointer. So why we are doing so? Because when it is valid, whenever we are checking inside the Intel engine, most of the times we put the else statement. Like if it is not valid, then print this statement. So I will, we will do it right here only. If it is valid, object to check. If it is valid, then just return object to check. Else it will automatically go to else. So if it is not, then return true, else return false. But in plus, it will print it will use the dm function and will say that object. Okay, so I am thinking to have one message also. F string uh, mm, error message. By default, I will put the value. Object is not valid. It will work. And we can also put the, we can also put the class name, but I don't see it is if it is necessary. Okay, let's add the commit. I think these two are okay. Message which you want to print if the object is not valid. Return the object is valid or not. to check the object if it is valid or not. Okay, now we will go back to our sort, and instead of this we will use hem utils colon is valid, and we will check MPC environment comma NPC environment is not valid. You material parameter collection. Give me a second. Let me check its hierarchy. You material parameter collection, because it is saying it's not a U object, and inside Unreal everything, like most of the things are derived from U object. Here it is. So we have to manually cast it to U object. We will do the same thing here also. And now we are getting, the color coding when we are hitting correct or incorrect, then we can remove the locks. Okay. Next thing is, okay. So today our main target is to add the direction, because in previous tutorial when we are hitting we are just considering the color. But in previous tutorial, if you remember, we have added, let me go to the actor. We have added the decals, if you remember, right, and by default it is left. So if with the sword, if we are not hitting it from the left, we are hitting it from the right, how we will calculate it? So today we will see that. So for that, in the overlap begin, first, as soon as I'm hitting, and so I will just remove the correct one, because if the color are matched, then we will check for the direction. So to have the direction, first I will get the impact point, and impact point we can easily get from the sweep result. So F vector impact point. So okay, so first, what how we will calculate it? Let's see. So by default, the arrow, the decal position is this, right? It's quite in the middle, in the front face. And when we will touch, actually, so give me a second. Let me have pen. Okay. So when we will touch from the left, we will usually hit this point, yeah, or we will hit this edge. When we will hit the sword from the right, it will hit this edge. So how we will calculate it? So let's imagine I am hitting this point. We have some other. I am hitting this point, and I know the location of arrow, the decal is somewhere in the center, right? So what I will do, I will have a pointer, and we know, like from the mathematical series, to have this vector, like which is going from A to B. To calculate this, we will, and if we have the coordinate of A and B, we will just do B minus A, and it will give you this vector, which is going from A to B. And now we have a vector, so vector have a direction. We can normalize, and we can normalize it, and we can easily see if it is moving right, if it is moving left, like where we have hit in the shot. So I hope it makes sense. And we can also do one thing actually. uh, I have already implemented in the blueprint in my dummy project, so I can showcase it to you. So here, what I have done, this is the impact point, yes. So impact point minus the decaled world position. And here, so this is that vector which we were talking about. And I am multiplying it with 0, comma 1, comma 1. In short, I am, destroying the x-axis. Reason is when we are, looking it from the front, the box, not this one. Give me a second. when we are looking the box from the front side, right? So X is going inward and I don't want X. That is why I'm just making it 0 and I'm multiplying like 0, comma 1, comma 1. When we will multiply it, it will destroy the X and it will keep the Y and Z. I have normalized it and then we can easily check if it is, if Y is greater than, so it's on the YZ plane, and if the Y is greater than Z, then it will go to this like right and left, and we can now check if Y is positive and negative, like left to right. If you will go to the box, this is Y, right? So this is Y, this is Y. So if I have hit somewhere here, and this will be like here it will be like Y and Z both will be equal, but it is very rare condition. So if, let's imagine if I'm hitting somewhere here, so in this case the Y coordinate will be greater than Z coordinate. This will be greater, that means I have hit left or right. And if the Y is, greater than 0, like if Y is positive, then it's in the left. So you can see here like left is positive, right? So Y, if it is positive, then it is left. So this is the same condition which we have, put it there. If it is greater than 0, if it is true, then it is right or it is left. But like you can test these conditions out. So this is the same thing which we have to implement it in the C++. I would request you to implement the same, the same feature. Then you can follow the tutorial. Okay, so let's start. So to get that vector, f direction, hit direction vector is equals to impact point minus decal. Okay, the decal is not the part of sword. Okay, so what I will do, get owner, and owner will be the actor who does contain the component of this, and I will cast the owner. The owner, I know the owner is pawn. Nope, I am doing something wrong. Really sorry. I think it's the part of box. I'm really sorry. So box dot decal. Yes. Dot location. Get location. Not mi. Decal component. Decal component dc arrow dot get component location. Yes. Get component location. Perfect. So this will be the vector. Now we will multiply it with, I will multiply it with f vector 0, comma 1, comma 1. So it will destroy the x component and will keep y and z. You can also manually make x 0. Like it's up to you. Next thing is we will normalize it once you have done it. Yeah. So f vector hit direction vector normalized vector is equals to hit direction vector dot normalize. So here is the normalized vector. Second. Why I'm getting this error. Normalize. Normalize is vector in place if it is larger. Yes, it is good to go. Okay, next after the normalization is done, then I will check like which is greater if it is a y or if it is z. So hit direction normalized vector dot y dot, okay, we need the absolute of this value. So f math absolute. Absolute means I just want to consider the magnitude, not like if it is positive or negative. So I'm just checking it if the y is greater than z. So if it is greater than z, then mutils dm its right left wing, else mutils dm its up down wing. Okay, and once we have verified if it is left and right, then we can go with the y. So if the hit direction normalized vector dot y is greater than 0, then it's right. Utils dm right, else utils dm left. Now we will do the same thing with the z. And for the z, if I'm greater than 0, then it is up and it is down. Okay. Okay. Actually, I got the issue. It is returning bool and it is changing the same vector. So I don't need to save it. It will change the vector then and there only. Okay. So I think it's done. Let me close it. Let's try. Mm, Okay, I think I compiled it. Mm, we did, but I haven't got any logs there. Okay, maybe we are hitting it wrong. Okay, just for testing, I will put it true. Compile just to check if we are getting the direction. No, we are not getting anything. Okay, so first thing is we can remove. Okay, a float curve value is not defined. Why I'm getting this error when it is moving fine. Okay. And next thing is that log. It's the manager if I'm not wrong. Manager. Loudness value, I don't want that either. Compile it. If I want reflect, I am thinking Okay, I think we are getting it correct. Okay, let me check the value which we have set. Okay, I debugged the issue, and when I'm playing the game, so you can see my sword is here. If I am continuing, okay, maybe I have to restart it. Maybe I will make a pause. Just make a pause. I'll just move it in the front. So as you can see, like the location of hit is wrong, and the actual impact point, I put some debug point. So let me show you the code. Added I added the debug box at the impact point, and the impact and a line from impact point to the DC arrow. So this is quite good. It's just the issue with the impact point. So this is the assignment for you. Maybe you can solve it. I will give you a hint. We have to add a manual trace to it. So let's keep it like it's already 21. So thank you and have a nice day.